going to be too loud for that?
Probably not. Yeah, we don't have that cheap days. People fall out.
We're gonna get started a couple minutes early. I'm just gonna go over all the fluff stuff, and then Michael will go over the rules. All right, I appreciate you all guys paying attention. Welcome to the BAM Delta Pro-Am. We have 73 pro anglers, 68 co's, so really a good event for the end of the year event. So appreciate you guys coming out. We're working hard to make BAM, the best circuit on the West Coast, best circuit that's ever been. That's my goal. I pretty much stopped tournament fishing, and now I'm just running tournaments. So I hope it works out good for all you guys. Working out good for me. So I'd like to recognize the City of Oakley. They help us out. They help sponsor this event, and I really appreciate it. Josh McMurray, the city manager, Shannon Shaw, the mayor of Oakley, and Harumi Markata is our economic analyst, and these people really help out a lot and help us bring this event here, make this event possible, this one, and we're coming back with the Super 60 later on this year. I'd like to recognize our Don Pedro champion, Kristen Ostrander, and Thaddeus Vincent. So give these guys a hand. Kristen's here, Thaddeus is here. Great job. And then we have our Shasta champion and our points leader, Alex Niapas. He's not here. I think he had some boat trouble, and he's getting that squared away. Also, Ryan Borba was our champion there. So Alex has a 12-point lead over Asher Haynes. So it's a little close. I think Ostrander's right there in there. So it could be a really tight race for AOI on the West. We will announce the AOI at the championship at the end of the year. We also have Jeffrey Slayer has a 2-point lead over Eugene Downing. So the co-angler AOI is very, very tight. Like I said, we'll award those at the Bass Cat Championship at Lake Almanor in September. How many of you guys are fishing BAM for the very first time? All right. Hey, I appreciate you guys. Thanks for coming out. Like I said, I think you'll be impressed with what we're doing and how we're running this show. We're working to be different, and better. I'm a tournament guy, so I know how it works on the back end, and I'm working hard to make it how I would like to have it. So if you see something you'd like us to change, or see something we could do better, feel free to reach out. Email, call, come and see me in person. So at this event, so BAM is basically a media company that's putting on bass tournaments. So how we do well is participation. You guys getting more people out here helps us get more sponsors, helps us build the trail, build a circuit, and makes it better for all of us and the West Coast. So at this event, we'll reach well over 100,000 anglers through just our social media. Not including YouTube or any of the other things, but just on social media, we'll reach 100,000 anglers. So that's about 10 times more than any other circuit on the West Coast. So, and also, the BAM economic impact. So good stuff for the city. You guys probably maybe bore you a little bit, but economic impact for a BAM Pro-Am is about $250,000 for the week coming to a city. So that's what gets these cities to get excited. The more guys we get, the more money pours into the city, the more money we can put back into the trail, the more money I can give you guys. So all comes out working out well. So when we come back here, I think it's September, we're going to do a Super 60 observer program. So we'll get at least 10 guys to ride along with the top 10 guys during that Super 60 event. So, we'll reach out right before then and try to get some people. That'll be a fun deal to hang out with these guys and watch them fish, see how they do. So we've been really big on a couple things. One is working with communities like Oakley, working with a lot of different cities. That's kind of our niche. I think that's the best way to help grow the tournament trail. Also, we're working on contingencies with a lot of these companies. We have Bass Boat Technologies, and let me find my sheet. We have Tackle Warehouse, giving away $250 to a co-angler, $500 to a pro. Ford Fairfield, if you're a Ford Fairfield customer, if not, you go see them. I mean, go get a service. If you're looking for a truck, I mean, they're a great, really great company. We're paying out $100 to one Ford Fairfield customer. Bass Boat Technologies, if you're running Bass Boat Technologies on your boat, on the pro side, we're going to pay $250 to the highest finishing Bass Boat Technology angler. Toyota bonus specs, bucks. If you're running a Toyota, the highest finishing Toyota angler is going to get $1,000. Second highest finishing Toyota angler is going to win $750. Pretty good deal. Just for stopping by eating at Black Bear Diner, we're going to give away a $100 gift card to one angler throughout this event. Also, Costa is giving away a pair of glasses to the highest finishing Costa angler. So this event, we're paying 14 pros and 16 co's. First place pro is going to get $9,000. First place co is going to get $4,000. We're paying a big fish on each side, pro and co side, Friday and Saturday. We're also paying a big stringer, pro and co side, Friday and Saturday. So 3 ways to qualify for the championship. This is the last event on the West Coast. Finish top 12 in this region, win an event, and fish any 3. Doesn't matter if you're fishing the Pacific Northwest or the West if you win one. Fish 4 events and qualify in the Travelers region. Qualifying for the Super 60. The top 5 in AOI for this event will qualify for our Super 60 event. And what we will do is the guys that are in the that are in the top 5 that are already in the Super 60, we'll take those guys out, and so we will take 5 anglers from the Pro-Am for that. Your weigh-in are going to be live on YouTube. Basically, really easy to find our live show if you want to tell your friends and family. Just go to bamtrail.com. This event will be the first event that comes up. The live show will be right there, right on the website. Super easy to find. Standings will be up instantly right after this event. And if you're wondering if you're in the top 10, you can watch our live leaderboard. So, you know, one thing as an angler that I wanted, I was like, hey, we need instant results. I hate waiting. You know, you're driving home and you're like, did I get a check? Did I not get a check? Well, so our results are instant, so you're going to know right away. On Saturday, I'm going to pay it from 11th place on down. If any big fish or big stringers are in those, we'll pay those on Saturday right there at the trailer. And then we're going to cut to the top 10 on Sunday, and then I'll pay those people on a Sunday. So big thanks. I want to thank our sponsors real quick. Bass Boat Technologies is our title sponsor for the trail. Presenting sponsor, Tackle Warehouse and the City of Oakley. Chicken Ranch Casino, awesome casino. If you haven't been there, you got to go check it out. StoreQuest Storage, another really great partner. Out of industry partners are really rare, you know, in the tournament world. As you guys know, when you're looking for sponsors, trying to find out of industry sponsors is tough. StoreQuest has jumped on board. They've been really great, and we appreciate Basscat, Mercury Boats, Ford Fairfield. I mean, a really great dealership. Black Bear Diner came on this year. Great place to eat. You know, I mean, you got to eat, so you might as well go stop by there, have a meal. Got a shot at a $100 gift card. Bridgeford Foods, another one that came on this year. Bridgeford's our trophy sponsor. You know, they help get all these trophies, and if you can imagine, I got a big giant stack of them I just picked up the other day, and fortunately they're helping us out with those because they're not cheap. We got Power Pole, Bob's Machine, Top This Outfitters, Chuck from Top This is fishing the event, so we appreciate that. Sticky Graphics is the ones makes all our trucks and boats look good. Valley Outdoors, all our jerseys, so if you guys looking for a jersey, Valley does a great job. Fisherman's Warehouse is our conservation sponsor. They help us with the release boats, wrapped on there. They helped us with our weigh tanks. And you'll notice that when you come up our weigh tanks, if you haven't seen what we have, we're different than any other circuit in the whole entire country. We have a recirculation system, we have a cooling system on our tanks, so help these fish, try to get these fish back in the water healthy. So our next event is at Potholes. That's going to be an awesome event out there. I'd like to see some of you guys out there. If somebody wins this event and that first one, like Phil, if you happen to win this one, you go fish the next two, you'll make the championship. So Potholes is going to be a fun event. And then also Columbia River. You guys haven't been to the Columbia River. That place is amazing. Probably my favorite fishery I've ever been to. Catching those big smallmouth is so much fun. All right, I'm going to turn it over. Before I turn this over, I'm hoping that Mark Copley is watching because we have your wrong phone number. Your code's trying to get a hold of you, but apparently we have the wrong number in the system and hoping to get the right one. So I'm going to turn it over to Michael. He's going to talk about all the fun stuff, and I look forward to seeing you guys in the morning.
All right, so we're going to try to be as efficient with your time as possible. I'm going to go over the most important tournament events for our tournament info for this event first, and then I'll go into the rules for the new people. The fact that we're at our last event for the West Coast Division and we're still getting new anglers is pretty awesome. We do really appreciate the people that are coming out for the first time, and hopefully you'll be repeat anglers and coming back next season when we're out here on the West again, starting at Shasta. So once again, we do try to do the best we can to give you the best platform as possible, and it's a give and take relationship. You have to put a little bit of trust into us, and we'll do the best and reciprocate what we can for you. So we do appreciate you coming out here. We're starting at 4:30 in the morning for boat check tomorrow. So 4:30, you guys will be here bright and early. We'll try and run you through getting the boat checked at the big green trailer. You should see it as you're coming in. It's pretty hard to miss. We'll have a big spotlight on, and you'll see guys in green shirts standing there ready to check your boat with flashlights. That's basically going to be a live well inspection, so you'll open those up, and then you'll make sure your lights are working. So it will be pretty dark when you guys get going in the morning, and then we'll be doing our blast off at 5:45. I highly recommend you're in the water by 5:30, 5:40 to be ready for blast off on time. We will not be waiting for anglers that are not on time. It takes away from the rest of the field, so as soon as 5:45 hits, the first boat is going out. We will be blasting off safe lights 5:42, so a couple minutes after safe light. If you saw the waiver, you did see an emergency contact form as well. Unfortunately, in our last kayak event, we had an angler pass away. That's not something that is good by any means for the sport, the industry, and the community. And the Delta is a dangerous place, so it is prevalent that things can happen, and that's any body of water any time of year. So having an emergency contact is very good to have on hand to be able to communicate with your family if something does go wrong. But yeah, we are trying to keep safety precautions. If you go on Facebook almost every other week, you see some sort of boating incident. And a lot of things that happen and a lot of unknown reasons. We try to avoid those the best we can to keep doing tournaments. Unfortunately, in this day and age, one accident can be the end of a good thing. So we'd like to keep the trail going as long as possible. With that being said, if you go out of Big Break, make sure you stay in the main channel in the morning for blast off, especially when it gets to low tide. There are 2 submerged barges, I believe, and a lot of obstacles out there. So make sure you guys are just clear with your graphs. You know what path you're going to get out and follow the boats in front of you to make sure that you're safe if it's your first time. Once again, wearing a life jacket and kill switch is required as well. So anytime that big engine is running, make sure you have it on. Our flights are going to be 2:15, 2:30, 2:45, and 3 o'clock. So you have a little over 8 hours to fish, starting at 5:45, so that should be ample time. If you're the last flight, depending on what day it is, you'll still have plenty of time to fish. It's going to be hot out there. Make sure you bring ice, sunscreen, everything you need to make sure that you can stay out there for a long day of fishing and don't have heat exhaustion or anything else come up. So And then we will be calling boats in order, so boat number 1 to boat number 73, and then reverse order on day 2. So that's basically how that works. You'll get your co-angler or pro drawing in the evening after competition of day 1. Once things jumble around, there's a lot of boats that break down and things that happen, so we have to make sure that's certain before we pair you guys up again. The off limits for this event are the 5 zone for big break, so you'll see that 5 mile an hour buoy from there back. And there is no portaging or going over the rock walls for this event, so you cannot trailer over a rock wall to get to another area. You have to go all the way around. If you're not familiar with what that means, then you can't do it anyway, so that's all right. But yeah, so if you are a local, no portaging or going over rock barriers. If you fished the Windy Wednesday Nighter, you should have fished it by yourself or with a registered BAM angler. If you did not, then you did break the practice rules, and technically that would be a violation, so come forward if that happened. Non-shared weight for this event, so 13 inches mouth closed on a flat board. Each of you catches your own 5 fish. Pros get the front half of the boat and the front driver's console. Co's get the back half and then their passenger seat. So that's basically how it's split up. You guys should have read the rules already. For the new people, I'll go as fast as possible. The biggest thing is keeping drama at a minimum. Drama is not fun for anyone, and I know people like to cause it and keep it going and stirring, and it's not good for anyone, any way around. It just makes everything harder. Be respectful. You guys are all adults, and there are some high schoolers. If you have a high schooler, teach them how to be a respectable individual. But yeah, work together out there. It should be a fun event. I know there is competition and a lot of money involved, but at the end of the day, that shouldn't take away from your values. Yeah, that's pretty much what I've got to say for that. If you are a co-angler for the first time, it is very expensive to run a boat, especially on the Delta. So please, if you can afford it, give your pro gas money. If you give it to them at the very start of the day, that goes a long way. It takes a little bit of pressure off of both your shoulders. They know that you're not going to stiff them, and it makes everyone just a little bit happier in the start of the morning at 5 a.m. So if you can, please try to treat your pro right, and your pro will reciprocate that. Give them some room to put their tackle. Give them some room to keep their 8 rods at a maximum. 8 rods is the most you can have as a co-angler. For the no info rule, don't solicit, don't try and get info. It's as simple as that. If it's another person in the tournament, that's fine. But that rule is pretty self-explanatory, and it does go for the duration of the competition. Once it's the top 10 day, there's only 10 people in the competition, so you cannot get information from any prior anglers after the top 10 meeting on Saturday. Co-anglers, if you practiced, you know this place well. You didn't practice with a pro and you got your own information. You can utilize that. You can tell it to your pro if it's somewhere that you want to check out. Once you tell it to your pro, it is their information for the rest of the tournament. So if you give them a spot in Frank's Tract, it is their spot for the rest of the tournament. But you can utilize your information and give it to the pro. Pros can give tackle, baits, whatever they need to the co's to give them a good experience. If they're struggling out there, give them a 5-inch Senko. It goes a long way. Off limits, 50 feet from any docks or any gas pumps itself. So the gas pump, if you're fishing around one, 50 feet from that. And then, yeah, I'll start speeding through this to get you guys going a little bit faster. So tiebreaker, it is not based off of big fish. It's based off the single largest day's weight. If there's still a tie, legal number of fish weighed. If there's still a tie, legal number of live fish weighed, and then it goes to AOI standing. So big fish does not have to be weighed for a tiebreaker. And if it's under 4 or 5 pounds, just to speed things along, we do ask that if it's not going to be a big fish at that time, try to postpone that or weigh it in the boat. So non-boaters, if you need a seat, communicate with your pro beforehand to try and get something worked out. There's a lot of people with similar boats, so if your pro doesn't have a seat, give me a call. We'll do what we can to get you accounted for and taken care of. Fair competition, you guys cannot put each other at an unfair advantage. Don't cast by your pro's ear. Try to to not put your co in 30 feet of water on the main channel. Pretty simple for that. You guys need to have a conversation, be adults, especially when it comes to having a net as well. If your pro wants you to net his fish, he will tell you that first thing in the morning. And if he does not want you to net his fish, then make sure you reciprocate that. Yeah, it is a random draw. There are 5 co's short, so not everyone's going to have a co both days. With the boater problems that are still going on, there's a pretty good chance that we're only going to have 2 to 3 open spots. So please do your very best to keep your boat in working order for both days if you're a pro. Rule violations, if you see a violation, send me a text or call me during the day if it happens. If it happens and you guys get in, you have until 30 minutes from the last flight in, so you have until 3:30 pretty much. Otherwise, send me a text as soon as something comes up. Photos and videos help with that to verify any claims. You guys have my phone number. I'll do my best to help you out if you have something go wrong. We cannot be a full tow service, but we can try and help get you in working order the best we can, whatever the situation is. A-rigs, 3 hooks, 5 wires, safety, no pets in the boat unless it's validated by me. Life jackets, once again, please wear those, especially for morning runs and long runs through this expansive waterway. If there's fog, there may be a little bit of a delay, but I think we should be pretty good in the morning. Once again, we'll try and go nice and early for everybody, and that's pretty much all I've got. So if you have any other questions about the rules, let me know. Otherwise, try and break your way into the championship. It'll be 35 anglers, 12 from this division, 12 from the Pacific Northwest, 4 travelers, and then the 5 winners, and then last season's pro and co-champion to make 35 total. So, yeah, it's going to be stiff. There will not be drop-downs unless there's dual qualifiers, and after that, the only drop-downs will be to fill co-spots. So, if you don't get in, it's nothing against you or your abilities, but there will not be drop-downs this year. To try to hold it to a high standard of integrity when we're giving a boat away to 35 anglers and you're 50th place, it takes the value away from it. So that's why we do not do the drop-downs. We'll have a picture wall for pictures, and when you guys come up to weigh in, there's not a whole lot of room at the dock. You're probably going to have to tie up next to each other. Just try to take your time. We'll have 25 bags down there to slow down traffic a little bit, 18 boats per flight. It will take a little bit of time, so just work with us. We have 2 bags for every boat, so again, it takes a little while. But that's all I've got. I'll see you bright and early, and we'll see you at 4:30 at Big Break Marina. Once again, thank you to the City of Oakley for having us out here, and this is the Bass Angler Magazine Pro-Am Stop number 3.